Okay, hello. Tonight I want to do something a little different. Um, I've been looking at video on fermenting, and so I started making some kombucha. Kombucha is like a fermented drink that has probiotics in it. It develops or create probiotics that's good for the gut. And I feel like I need to do something, and because these people are really causing my stomach to swell. I mean, I'm gaining so much weight. They're putting a lot of weight on me with this stuff that's coming out from under this floor. Right, sitting here right now, my feet are burning throughout the whole entire house, and they really attacked me really bad this morning. It feel like what it feel like to me is that light that I showed that was on the man across the street there that was on his trailer, and I said it goes like this, like that thing that it was shooting at me like a machine gun. But this what it feel like going in my body. No matter where I go, I change spots where I'm sleeping at, and when I first get there, I don't feel it, but then it'll come. So I went in my bedroom this morning, something after 6. Laid across my bed. No, I didn't lay across my bed. I was praying. I got a total gym by my bed, so I had my body on the total gym and the rest of my upper part of my body on my up against my bed, and I was praying. And so in my bedroom, it started in my bedroom, and so I left out of there and just started doing stuff around the house. So I started making me some kombucha and vinegars. I got an apple vinegar and I have a pineapple vinegar. Right now, I'm trying to ferment some cabbage so I can start eating something that's good for my stomach. And so I'm gonna put this cabbage in this jar right here. I don't know if this is my first time doing it, and so I don't know if I got it mashed up good enough or not. The thing I thought I had. Well, I know I got one, but it must be still piped down. It's one of those things that you pound steak with, but I can't find it. So I'm gonna put this cabbage in. Okay, this is green cabbage and red cabbage. The lady that I saw make it, she only had red cabbage. I think she had one video though um, that she had a green cabbage. So what she said to do, the first make the sauerkraut, ferment it, ferment the cabbage. Let the cabbage ferment for about anywhere from a week to 2 weeks. I don't know what them dogs is out there doing. And then she put an apple. You have to have sugar when you're fermenting because it's the sugar that do the fermenting. And so she used a green apple. I used a red apple. I didn't have any green. I had red apples. So that's what I was making my vinegar, my apple vinegar with. She had a lot of juice. So I don't know if she added water in it or not. But mine don't look like it had that much juice in it. I just didn't beat it enough to release the juices, so I just added a little water in there. I'm just trying to show some things that we can do to help our stomachs because they go for our, that's where they go for. I heard a lady one time say that they go for our stomach because they're trying to get the Holy Spirit out of us. Out of our, get the Holy Spirit out of us. So they attack our stomach, but I don't know why they attack our stomach. All I know is that I look like I'm some months pregnant. I'm getting bigger and bigger every night. Every morning I wake up, I can tell that my stomach has swollen up some more. So I got to take action. Because I don't know what this stuff is doing to me. It's like they filling me up with radiation. I'm just dropping my cabbage. Filling me up with radiation. Tonight, I was closing my curtains to my bedroom, and I saw that man over there across the street. I always be him. It always be him. He's always doing something. And like I said, I'm not a prejudiced person. I'm not prejudiced. But when I see people doing stuff to me, and they going out their way, evidently they prejudice. And I have black people attacking me. I have more black people attacking me than I do white people. Because right now it's just that one man, white man over there. And like at the other house, it was just that one white man. I don't know who the people, race were the people in the beige house. I couldn't tell if they were white or Indian. But I did see some black people over there too. So there was a mixed race of people at the beige house. But at the white house, the brown house, there was the white people. And that man, this every day. We was at that house 4 years. Every day, every single day for 4 years, that man was attacking me. He'd be all outside actually building stuff. And that's at the first house we went to when we moved up here to Fayetteville. That guy did the same thing, and he was white. Ever since we've been up here, we've been in a mixed race of neighborhood. But always the white man that is going out his way to build stuff to attack. For that first house, the guy was coming to our house with a saw, scraping the cement, putting symbols. He put symbols everywhere there was cement. He put symbols all the way to the front door, from the garage. The driveway to the sidewalk, all the way to the back. He jumped the fence to put symbols. That's how crazy these people are. I don't know these people never did a harm thing to none of them. And I feel like if they could get away with taking a rope, putting around my neck, and hanging me up at a tree, they'll do it. That's how I feel about these white men. Because they're going too far out of their way to do stuff to hurt me. Do stuff to hurt me. And when I was closing my curtains, I saw the youngest boy out there. He was started walking towards the street. And I guess he saw me in the window, and he waved and started going back toward the door. So when I that's that thing that kill the bugs, because I got plants and they got them little gnat bugs in it. So I brought one of those things to kill the bugs. So I need to put one in my bedroom because I got plants up there too and trees in my bedroom. And see, that's why I opened up the curtains. Not to spy on nobody because I wished I had no neighbors. But I couldn't find a house that didn't have no neighbors. And so when I closed the curtains, I wanted to see what they was up to. I knew he had a light in his hand. So when I looked at the security system, he took the light and took it out towards the street. I think they got like a trash can right there right at the street. And the little boy said it, I guess, in the trash can, because it probably go through that plastic. And I said, people like that don't need children. if you will let your children get involved in this type of thing. Because I'm not gonna do nothing to hurt the child, but you don't know who will. They got their children gang stalking, um, standing beside the road. Cause one time I'm going to my daughter's job, and when we get up there, this little boy, and it was cold that day too. He's standing out there with the phone, looking at the phone with no coat on, and the mama sitting in the car. She's sitting in the car, the child out in the cold. So that's why they shutting that taking these women off of this government check to make them gang stop and make their children gang stop. That's how evil and wicked these people are. That they don't care nothing about children. No, they don't care nothing about children because they rape children. They show down. I don't see no juice. She had all kind of juice. I'm gonna have to put the water in this. There's some juice in this in here though. So I have to pull it. But that kabuchi, now that I was surprised how that turned out. Now the second one didn't turn out as good, didn't taste, maybe because it wasn't as sweet. You have to put sugar in it, but see the sugar, the fermentation eats up the sugar. You have to, in order to ferment something, you have to have sugar. And see, that's why I put the apples in this because the ferment will eat the apple. She said the apple have pro, no, not prebiotics, and the fermentation have probiotics, and the probiotics will eat the prebiotics. They do a lot of talking. I can't get all this stuff in my head. I say what I got to say and be through with it. Go ahead and say it. But they talk, so every person that teaching you how to, they just do a whole lot of extra talking. I be wanting you to go ahead and tell me how to do it. And then they had something called Pachief. Pachief. I'm gonna learn how to, you have to get water. There's a water Kachif seed grain, and then there's a milk Kachif grain. So I'm gonna try to do both of them. Cause I got to learn how to take care of me. I got age on me, and these people is trying to make me sick. Got my sister just messed up. But I'm fighting for my life. Cause the devil didn't give me life, nor his seed. So I have to fight for my life. So these people's trying to kill me and trying to give me bad health. And see, they try to give you bad health and you go to the doctors. That's why the doctors is involved in this mess. So they can make money off of you. So they ain't gonna make none off of me because I ain't going back to them. I don't trust them. Y'all excuse me. Pouring the water off of here. So I'm gonna tell you how they say to do it. One cabbage, but I took a half of each cabbage. I had two cabbages and I cut them in half. I might have should have did this big old thing. What I'm gonna do tomorrow, I'm gonna finish cutting those half. I want this filled all the way up. I ain't gonna do it tonight. Uh, Tomorrow I'm gonna finish cutting those two halves and do what I did with this here and put it in here. I want this whole jug filled up. Um, the lady what she said is to cut up a whole cabbage and take like the uh, the large grain salt, and take 2 tablespoons and add it with this. But since I had fine grain pink Himalaya salt, I just use 1 tablespoon. With fine salt, you use 1 tablespoon, and with the large grain salt, you use 2 tablespoons. But you don't use just regular table salt. You use real salt like pink Himalaya. There's a Realman salt, sea salt. She named the salt. I had never heard of, so I can't remember what she said. But it's real salt. It's a real salt, not something that's been processed. To use this here. Um, she said, oh, I know what I got to do. She said something about a rye. I don't know what that is, but she don't use that. She said some people use it, but it gives a milky taste. She didn't use it, and I'm not gonna use it either. She said that you can use, like, if you got a starter, like a vinegar starter. I'm not gonna use my vinegar starter, but I'm gonna use some of the vinegar that I have. This is my apple vinegar. You can't even make no kind of noise around no dog. They barking because they hear this right. I call them thug and thug at. Oh, people come to the door knocking, they hear it get out there. Out there which is good. Well, I'm not even measuring. I ain't gonna worry about it. You're supposed to put a fourth of a cup. I don't know what this is. All I know is it's a jelly jar. Just pour this in. This is my apple vinegar. I'm still got it making. I want this filled all the way up. So tomorrow I'm gonna finish cutting the other 2. But this is my apple vinegar. But it tastes good. It actually tastes just as good as the kombucha. So what I'm trying to do is just let it ferment until I see a SCOBY on top. I'm probably take those apples back out because I had apples in there before and I took them out and ate them. They were good too. So I'm gonna let them sit in there for a while and then I'm gonna take them out because I need a SCOBY to develop on top of that. So the next vinegar that I make, um, next vinegar I make, I have a SCOBY. I didn't have a vinegar SCOBY. So I want to be able to make my own stuff instead of trying to buy something. Cause if it's gonna get where we can't buy and sell, us who don't take the mark of the beast, so we got to learn how to do stuff. I want to get me some chickens. Get me figure out how to get a chicken coop. This is the SCOBY. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. I got another wooden spoon. Show y'all how a SCOBY look. They're trying to make another one. They multiplies. As long as you let them sit, they look ugly. They could be some kind of alien. That's how a SCOBY look like that. This is what helps for your stuff to ferment, and it'll they'll make another one. They multiplies. This right here, it's gonna be when I make another kabuchi. This is a kabuchi SCOBY, and when I make another batch of kabuchis, yeah, I have my SCOBY to put in there. And these are my starters, so they won't take so long for it to make. But you have to keep it covered so the gnats, the little thing that's popping over there, won't get in it. As you make your kabuchi and it makes a SCOBY, you can have so many till it'll fill this thing all the way up. And I'm trying to start one for my vinegar because I didn't have a SCOBY for my vinegar. So I'm trying to make a starter, create a starter for the vinegar. See, it's, if you can see, right at the very top, they're floating around. That's a vinegar SCOBY. This is vinegar. So I'm trying to make a vinegar SCOBY. So when I make my apple vinegar, I have a SCOBY to put in it. I feel like I'm missing something that I wanted to say. Then after like 7 days, it ferment within 7 days. See, I had been buying them from the store. In the store, they taste kind of vinegar. Well, I don't taste vinegar. But after 7 days, you can like take juice. They're gonna buy it tomorrow. Okay, this is a leaf off the red cabbage. So you put this down on top of it to keep the weigh it down. So that, and then you put this down, put this on it. I hope I'm doing it right. This is my first time doing this. But tomorrow, like I said, I'm gonna do another cabbage. It's gonna be 2 halves, but that's gonna equal a whole cabbage. Put it in here, and she said the way you make it sweet after either 7 or 14 days after it's finished fermenting. Because when it's fermenting, it's bubbling. You get those little bubbles. That's that probiotics. And if you wanna keep it like this, make it sweet, you can take like 1/4 cup of honey, or 1/4 cup of molasses, some type of syrup, and add it in there. That'll help it, pour it out of this and put it in like a bowl and add that syrup to it, and then you can like put it in the refrigerator. But right now, keep it at a cool temperature so that it'll develop the probiotics. They shouldn't go over 72 degrees because you don't want bad bacteria developing. So if it's bad bacteria, it'll turn to mold. The same with these here. That's why I have to check them every day to make sure that everything is working out like it's supposed to. Or those scobies, you don't want mold. You don't want mold instead of a SCOBY. But this one lady, she said that she had mold on her, and the guy he won't really teaching a class, but on his channel, I looked at a lot of different stuff, because I want to learn. And he didn't know why she was getting mold, but the lady I looked at tonight was saying the reason you get mold because it's too hot. Your house is too hot. It shouldn't be over 72 degrees. and you don't want it too cold because that'll make your fermentation slow down too low where it won't ferment. So you want it between 60, what she say, was it 67 and 60, in the 60s and 72. You don't want it over 72. So that's why I got this here. You don't need to be in light. That's why I put these towels over these kombucha and the vinegars. But this is not kombucha. This is the scobies. I bottled up my kombuchas today because you don't want it to over ferment because it'll turn to alcohol. And I was wondering had mine did a little something because I don't drink alcohol. But I drank one of my kombuchas and I got a little feeling up in my head. And I was saying, because I know when you make wine, the alcohol, the sugar is what turns to the alcohol. And I was just wondering, did I over process it? I think I did. But I did get a little weird feeling in my head. So you have to be careful when you ferment because you don't want your sugar to turn to alcohol. So you let it ferment. Some people say 7 days. Some people say 10. So it's the best, probably 10. I would say 10 because you don't want it too sweet. You want that to get a little fermentation taste. But I drank that first gallon. I drank that thing up. That was really good. It was really good. Just the last one, I made 2 gallons, but it don't taste like the first one. I think the first one I might have put too much sugar in it. It was just good. So the second one, let me see if I can. You know, let me get my other one. I was drinking one. Hear that sound? That's that fermenting sound. This is the blueberry one. The next time I make some though, I'm gonna do it different because what I've been doing is taking like blue. This is the blueberry one. I've been taking the blueberries and putting them in my food processor and grinding it up and put the ground up fruit in the kombucha. So what I'm gonna do the next time, take my fruit and put it in a juicer and just take the juice and put it in the kombucha. So I won't have all that fruit in it. They call that the second fermentation. I'm gonna do the first one, and then when I put it in the bottles, I'm gonna just add some fruit juice in there. Some of them will keep. I don't know. I might need to get me some bigger. But this is what I make it in. This is 1 gallon, so I might need to find me a 2 gallon, some 2 gallon containers because I'm gonna continue drinking this. One lady I saw her make natural soda, and what she did, she made her own everything, and she had some grapes, and she took the grapes and juiced them, and she took some of the fermented um, kombucha and poured it into the grape juice. Yeah, she did. I'm gonna have to look at that again. I think she added some water. Yeah, she added some water to it, and that's how she made her natural grape drinks. So I want to lose this weight. I want to get maybe 135, 140. I don't want to get skinny like I used to be when I was younger. I just want to be healthy. Maybe I think 135 would be for my height. I'm only 5'2", So for my height, I maybe 135 would do good. I don't want to get too skinny. Some women they be wanting to wear a two. I don't want to wear a two. That's too skinny. I wore that when I was a teenager. So that's about it. So I don't have a lot to talk about. I just wanted to show what I'm doing and how to get my stomach. Hopefully, I can get my stomach under control and get my weight under control. So that's what I'm gonna do for a while. Just eat maybe vegetables, fermented vegetables. Cause I have some carrots. I'm gonna ferment those carrots too. But it's not. They say it's not good to eat too much ferment because, uh, but they were saying something about the alcohol. You can over ferment your alcohol. So, um, I got to use this. So, Chloe must been trying to sit up in that chair. I got that stuff in that chair. Um, I just got to try to keep me healthy because we in a fight. We in a pure fight right now. We're in a fight with people that don't have no conscience. They have no care. They probably would do their own parents, kill their own parents, their own sister, their own brothers, their own children. They might do their own children. You never know. But I'm trying to stay healthy. I'm trying to get my sister healthy, but she fights everything I do. And that bothers me because now she getting where she don't want to eat. I mean, I have to feed her. She'll sit there with her mouth balled up, and I have to force put that food in her mouth. It's just a hassle every single thing that you try to do for her. Like I could try to take her, like she just lay flat. That woman is strong. She'll just lay there and have her body tense, where I have to use all my strength to push her, to roll her over so I can take her gown and stuff off of her. And she just laying there just mean. And it really is bothering me because I want to take care of her. And then she fighting. She's her own enemy, other than these people, because they the one got her like this. And I can hear taps hitting on her wall. Like if I'm in there feeding her in the mornings, and when I get ready to leave out, I start hearing taps on like they shooting at her wall. Cause that's what the people at the other house were doing. But she had a window, and I had aluminum foil on her window. And when you pull a curtain back during the morning time or the daytime, where you can see the sunlight coming in, you see little tiny holes all over the aluminum foil. Cause this stuff, what they shoot goes right through the window and right through that heavy duty aluminum foil. It'll go through the walls too. But I haven't heard it hitting anything else but just that one wall, so it may not be coming through that wall. Because when it comes through the wall, you can hear it hit another wall. To hit the TV. So I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm not that knowledgeable on fermenting food and making kombucha and kachif. I still don't really know how that kachif. I'm gonna go back and um, learn a bit more about the kachif. But I know you have to buy there's a seed, a grain. You have to buy the grain. Uh, there's a water kachif and a milk kachif. So you have to buy the water kachif grain, and you have to buy the milk kachif grain. So I did go to Amazon and put it in my cart so I can try it. Then you can make you make kombucha out of black tea. Then there's a kombucha you can make out of green tea. You make them the same, but with the green tea is lighter and not as flavorful. Now with mines, a lot of them say they only use 6 black teas. Okay, this is the black tea I use. I got it from Amazon. Not open. I got some open, but they in little like silk packets. Yeah, I got open. You can use any kind of black tea, but this is the kind I use. It got these little. It's in these little silk packets, but you can use any kind of black tea. But I use 8 to 1 gallon. I took the distilled water. Use the good quality water. Don't use sink water. But I use distilled water. What I did. A lot of people say they just did like 4 cups and they boiled it. They took 4 cups, um, and put it in the container like this. And the lady that I was looking at tonight, she made a 2 gallon kombucha. This is only 1 gallon. And so she used 16 black tea bags. And she boiled just a small amount of water at first with the tea in it. See me, I take one of these and I pour it in a pot and I put 8 tea bags in there and I let it cook. And then I let it cut the heat off and I let it cool down because you cannot put that SCOBY in heat. It'll kill it. And so I let it cool all the way down, but there's no heat in it. And I pour it in here and I put my sugar in there. I think I used I can't remember if I used a cup or 2 cups. Might have been 2 cups of organic cane sugar. And I stir it up real good, stir it, stir it, stir it, and then I put my SCOBY on top of it. And then I put the cloth. Some people use coffee, those coffee things that you put your coffee in the coffee machine. But I use my bear cloths, my dishcloth. I use the dishcloth and I put a rubber band on top of it, and then I cover it because it's supposed to be in a dark place. So I cover it with a towel, so the sunlight won't, no kind of light will get to it, and let it sit for 7 to 10 days until you satisfied with the taste. But it don't. If you ever had any store bought kombucha, homemade kombucha tastes nothing like it. Tastes nothing like it because that store bought kombucha kind of tastes like a kind of vinegar, have some type of a strong taste to it. But my kombucha, and I reckon everybody else, because people like and really like homemade kombucha, and it tastes good. It really tastes good. But you have to be careful with it because if you open this up while before you start the ferment, you put it in the refrigerator. Okay, like after you, if you're gonna put do a second ferment and do it for 4 days, 3 to 4 days with the with your juice in it. Just like if you want to put a fruit juice in it and put it in your jars, your bottlers, and put it in a dark place. Only do it for don't do it no more than 4 days because this stuff will shoot out. The first time I did it before I didn't put it in the refrigerator. And that boy that stuff shot out. It was it's boiling over. How you do a soda, like a strong soda, and you shake it and it just come out. Well, that's how this do, but it'll just rush out. So you put it in the refrigerator and let it get cold. That stops the fermentation. Then you can open it. But it still do a little bit of sudsing, not much though. Not like it is when you don't put it in the refrigerator. The refrigerator, the coolness help stop the fermentation. So I brought me some jars. They should be here soon, but I'm gonna order me some more. I saw some with the cap that's with the thing that you just uh it got a cap on it that you can't take it off, but you can open it. I seen some of them for like $1 and something. So I want to buy a case of those because I'm gonna continue making this. I'm gonna continue making this. I'm gonna continue making my own vinegar, and hopefully this summer I can uh, grow me some peppers, and I can start making my own vinegar peppers. That's what my uncle was doing. He was making peppers. He loved doing that too. He loved doing that. He would make a whole case of them. I used to grow peppers, now, but I would give them away. But I'm gonna grow some this summer. I want to grow some tomatoes. I want to just grow stuff. I wish I had my own land. I just wish that I had my own land and away from people, where I could protect the yard. Because if these jokers come out there trying to put something down that I didn't call for them to come put down, I have to be able to say something. But see, this is not our land. This is not, even though we paying rent. But these people, these landlords, they don't care nothing about the people who live in their house. They are nothing because they getting double pay. They getting their rent and they getting money from these devils. So I'm gonna call it a night for right now. And y'all have a very, very